All set.
Good afternoon, everybody. Before we start, I want to apologize to everyone. I just got off work and rushed here, and my apologies. And it's important that we be on time. It's 5:10. I'm calling this meeting to order. I'm gonna move to the second line item, the approval of the agenda. Is there the approval of the agenda is presented? Is there a motion? Motion by Jenny. Is there a second? Second by Mireya. I'm gonna go to the third line item, the consent of the agenda for the approval of minutes are presented for our last meeting, May 28, 2025. Is there a motion? Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Great. We're gonna move to the fourth line item, presentations with Dr. Monia. Are you going to
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here at 5:10 on Wednesday, Hump Day, 2 days before Halloween. I promise you, Martha asked me how I wanted to do this presentation, and I'm sure we all just love when people stand up and do PowerPoints. You can't get enough of it. So, especially after 5 o'clock. So I chose not to do that. You all have a copy of this, and I'm so thankful, Martha, for getting these copies in for everyone. I appreciate it, you, Christine. Thank you. And this is for you to carry with you, just to give you an idea of what we're planning this year, what our office is about, and hopefully, after this mini presentation, hopefully you'll see maybe some interconnectedness between what we all do individually here and how we're supporting that work. The first 3 pages is really just to remind us why education is important, right? And why it's really important that we show up for young people. That it's really, really important that they get those, the ability to have access to high quality learning experiences, that they feel welcome when they come to school. You know, there are a lot of reasons why students don't come to school. Some of them we can't control, but there are a lot of things we can control. We can control how we show up for them when they show up for us in school. And that matters a lot in terms of whether they stay and learn and thrive, or whether they decide to check out the nearest exit and find something more entertaining to do. So it's really important that as educators, as human beings working with young people, whatever our role is, that we show up in a way, no matter what's going on with us as the adults, that we show up in a way that really sends a message to young people, that we care about them, that we want them there, and that we're ready to support them at any time. So that's really what the first 3 pages are. And I think everybody knows that, but I always like to start with like the why. Like, why are we all here, and like what our role is? And that's really why we're here, I hope. But that's the reason why we all decided to enter this team that's called education. Our office is the Office of Opportunity and Access, formerly the Office of Equity and Belonging. My name is Dr. Nicole Onye. I am currently the Chief of the Opportunity and Access Office. I was formerly, I've been in central office here in this building since 2008. I don't think there's anyone who's been here longer, and there might be, but I'm not sure. But I've held a lot of different roles, executive director of high schools, executive director, Martha's been here. Martha was here when I got here, so definitely. The queen, absolutely. So I've held several cabinet level positions. High school reform was what I started with. And high school reform really is what I've been doing, regardless of what the title has been. Performance management, student supports. I did a stint at Gilbert Stewart Middle School during COVID, which was really eye-opening for me. I had never done anything with middle schools in terms of teaching or administration. So it was really cool, actually, to see high school in reverse, and really to think about what we need to do at the middle school level to really support students so that they actually come to high school more prepared and ready. And so when I came back here, I was there for 2.5 years, came back here in July 2022. The Office of Equity and Belonging had been paused for like 18 months. So my job was to resurrect this important department and to rebuild it. And since then, we've been on roller skates, moving along through a lot. There's been a lot that's happened since 2022. There's still a lot happening. We changed the name of the office, and I'm really excited about that because really opportunity and access is what the work is all about. Creating opportunities for young people who oftentimes do not have those opportunities inherent. They don't inherit the opportunities. They don't have a lot of access and resources that will help them be supported or to be supported and to be successful. And so our role is to really find ways to plug in to our district to make sure that we're supporting students and families and educators full circle. So the Building Pathways theme for this year came about from our Equity Advisory Council, which we started in October 2022. It's really a group of individuals from all walks of life. We have some higher ed folks in there. We have people from the community. We have students. We have parents involved. We even have PPSD educators. Occasionally, some school board members do show up as well to those meetings. And really, the goal of the Equity Advisory Council is to really advise and to support the work we're doing and to ensure that we're doing a good job as a district, providing equitable opportunities for students. And so when we met in the summer, I was thinking about, a theme. I like themes. And I was thinking about a theme for this year, like what is our charge this year? What could encapsulate the kind of work we want to do this year? You always want to level it up each year. At least I do anyway. We started off reinventing the office in 2022. Now we're in 2025, about to go in 2026. What can we do differently, more intently? So we set it on building pathways, which I think is very, very brilliant, actually. Not just because I was part of the group that came up with it, but those two words, it really kind of just encapsulates what we want to do. We want to build pathways for students. We want to create pathways for students. Whatever that pathway is, we want all of them to graduate, hopefully on time, right? If they have to do 5 years, that's fine, but we really want them to graduate on time. But it's not just about graduating. We want the diploma that they receive to have currency. And what I mean by that, it needs to be worth something, right? That diploma should say, look at me, I just accomplished quite a bit over the last 12 years. And I can do a lot of things really, really well. Here are where my strengths are, and here's how I can serve you as a student at your university, or perhaps as an employee at your corporation or business. Or here's what I can do to start my own business. I have the skills coming out of high school to start the business that I'm dreaming of. And that's to me what school is about, providing those opportunities to students so they can come out of high school ready to go. I don't think we have the luxury anymore, especially these days, to wait till you get to college and you spend like $20,000 and realize that college is not for you, or you're in the wrong major, you need to change your major, et cetera, et cetera. People are shaking their heads and know what I'm talking about. Many of our students don't have trust funds, they don't have inheritances, they don't have any property, they don't own anything. Their families don't own things. Oftentimes, you're the first generation to come out with a high school diploma. We often forget that. You think about first gen graduating with a college degree, but many of our students are the first in their families sometimes to get a high school diploma. So a lot is riding on that piece of paper, and we want to make sure we do a good job. So we wanted to make sure that this year we're very intentional around the types of programming and support we provide, not just to students, but to their families and also to educators, who to me are the second most important people, right? So the students, is all about them. Everything we do is around students, but the people who are nearest to students are teachers, are educators. They're the ones that are on the ground every single day, doors closed, used a lot of times very lonely. I was a teacher. Sometimes nobody comes to your classroom, it's just you and the students. And you want to make sure that you're doing the best you can, and you need that feedback. But you also need support. Teaching is one of the hardest jobs, I think, in the world. It's a very, very difficult job. It looks easy with folks. They think teaching is real easy because summers are off and you get off at 3 o'clock. But I know as a teacher, I never had a summer off, and I might have left at 3 o'clock, but I resumed around 8 o'clock when my children went to bed. And sometimes I was up till 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock reading papers, getting ready for the next day, et cetera. So I don't know where that, I don't know where those folks are that have their summers off and they're free to go to the beach and chill and don't do anything after 3 o'clock. I haven't seen any of those teachers. And so it's a never-ending task of trying to make sure that you're reaching students and also that you're getting better at your craft. So we want to make sure we're supporting them as well. So as part of building pathways this year, we have several things planned. Some of them are reoccurring. I'm going to page 6. And some of them are things that we're going to actually add to kind of enhance this year from our office. First of all, we have a Respect program. It is a student leadership program that we started in October 2022. Our school board member here came last Thursday. We had our first one. And we usually do a fall, winter, and spring. So we have the fall convening of 140 students at the CIC building downtown. And it was a great day really to just talk about, number one, to give them some training around social entrepreneurship and how they can show up with the skills and tools that they have and really do some good for their community and for their school, but also think about how they can even take that beyond and do something that would actually help support them financially, support them with their small business goals, or college goals, et cetera. And we started off with 60 students, and that was my limit, 60, all middle and high schools, no elementary schools. The second year, some elementary school principals messaged me privately and said, could you please send some students? So we added 3 additional elementary schools. We got it to about 75 students. This year we had 140. We had 2 schools that came with 19 students. And no one had less than 6 or 7 students. We had every middle and high school, including the Bridge Academy. And we also had the 3 elementary schools. A few elementary schools were a little upset with me because I couldn't add them. Just space and finances we just couldn't do it. But what I've shared with them is that we're going to do as much as we can to try to expand it over the next couple of years. But in the meantime, the students who showed up, they showed up in all their glory. And we spent the day really talking about, they spent really most of the time talking about the issues in their community and their school, and selected a couple of goals that they had for the year that they were going to work on and implement and take back to their school. So the plan is you come together as a Respect team, you come together in a conference, we rally them and get them moving, and then go back to their schools and they do the work with the adults that are assigned to them. And then we come back in the winter, in February, and they check in with everybody. And all the schools are there, they're all talking to each other, we have protocols and action plan templates, and they actually get feedback from each other. And then in May, in the spring, late spring, they come together for a showcase, and we invite the public to see their projects. And so we've been doing this every year. The projects have gotten better and better and better. Really tremendous things, everything from nonviolence to bullying. That's a huge one. A lot of students are really interested in stopping the bullying that they see in their schools. Health and wellness is a huge one as well. Dating violence. There's just a whole mirage of topics that they've chosen. So the first one, the launch was last Thursday, and it was a tremendous kickoff. And we're going to spend the next couple of weeks going to the schools, getting to some of those schools and connecting with the students and the adults they have to really support them, to see what they need and to make sure that they're being supported the way they need to with their administration. We also have a couple of other things. Our monthly lunch and learn. We just had the first one today in this room. And we have a topic every month that's connected to a social emotional learning. Today we talked about identity and mental health and how really understanding who you are as self really helps to strengthen and support a healthy and positive mental health process. We had Juan Pablo Blanco, who was our featured speaker. And basically the format is about 20 minutes of presentation, maybe a little less, and the rest is all conversation. It started off as something that I really wanted to do for people who live and work in this building every day, but we've expanded it to those outside of the building who are able to come together at 12 o'clock once a month. And we have a Zoom option as well. We get quite a few people from other schools who actually show up, but the goal really is to support folks in this building. We also are doing Parent University on steroids this year. We have our first one tomorrow, and we'll be supporting, we'll be talking to parents about how they can help their students navigate and bridge those pathways. And that's from K to 12. So I'm not focused on high school anymore. My focus now is on students K-12 and their families. The earlier we can provide them with the information and support they need, the more successful students will be in high school. We're also planning an equity conference on March 28th. We'll hear more about that. We did one 2 years ago. It was extraordinarily successful. Due to funding, I wasn't able to do it last year, but we're going to resurrect it and do it this year as well. And it's great, March 28th. We have a lot of student presentations, so when we did it the first time, we had a lot of the sessions were run by students. That's something that's really important to me. We also had a lot of our educators who actually facilitated sessions as well. And then we had a lot of nonprofit community folks in the education space who also came and presented sessions as well. And then we had like a keynote lunch. So it'll be like a real conference. We'll do the best we can to make it as classy as possible. And it'll be at the PCTA building on a Saturday. And of course, you will get invitations for that. We also, of course, do a lot of policy review and development. We've developed quite a few policies and regulations from my office. We'll continue to do that. And also a focus on Title IX, bullying and harassment, which is really, really important, especially these days. So we spend a lot of time educating schools, educating individuals. We spend a lot of time talking with students. And this year, we're looking for a way to actually do a town meeting for students. And that's something we're going to be working on. I have an intern from Brown. And so we're looking at a way to do like a Zoom webinar for students and do it by grade level, so elementary, middle, and high. So that's something we'll be working on that'll be brand new. We have not done that before. Finally, we started some work on Portrait of a Graduate, and I shared this with you when I came in. Just a sample of what a Portrait of a Graduate is. This is a sample from Hartford Public Schools. And basically, it serves as a North Star for learning in a district or a state. Some states have Portrait of Graduates, but a lot of times it's a district that has one. And I'm looking forward, I think that we're very close to perhaps having one. I don't want to say too much, but hopefully perhaps we'll be able to say that Providence Public School District has one, hopefully sometime this year. We've been working on it for about 3 years. I don't want to reveal what it looks like, it's not finalized yet, but I wanted you to have an idea of what we mean by a Portrait of Graduate. These are competencies, these are characteristics, skills that we are saying are really important for our students to know and be able to do when they leave us. And so when you have something like this, you're actually committing on paper that every student that comes through your doors and graduates will be able to show that they are, or know and be able to show that they actually have attained these competencies. So this is just a sample for Hartford Public Schools. Hopefully, eventually, we will have them for our district, and I'm proud to say that that work started in my office with about 40 students on a hot summer day at Brown University in August 2023. And we're all looking forward to the day that it materializes for us. I think it's another way to really push this agenda of academic excellence, but also realizing that academic excellence is not just math and reading and arithmetic and science and social studies. It's all the skills that we need to be successful in those areas. Critical thinking, right? Problem solving, right? Global and civic understanding and knowledge. All of those things are things that are really, all of those skills are skills that are really important that we want our students to go and be able to do. And so when a district commits to something like this, that means that we're committing to every family that this is what we're pushing to make happen. And that everything we do every single day, in every single class, in every single school, and every single grade is leading up to achieving those skills and goals. I just want to share that because I think it's something that a lot of folks are not really used to or have never seen before. The rest of the pages, this kind of goes into a little more detail about what I've already shared with you. The only other thing that I would say to you is that, when we talk about building pathways and why it matters, we're talking about centering students and centering student voice. There's a lot of research around school transformation and district transformation and starting with students. And that's something that I've always believed in. My dissertation was all around personalized learning. I really believe that if you want to change schools, we have to do all the things we're doing right now, and we're making great headway. And I'm really proud of the fact that we're really doing better. We have Blue Ribbon schools now. I've been in this district since 2000. I don't think we ever had a Blue Ribbon school, so I used to read about it. I visited other districts that have them, but now we can say we have, I think, 3 now, and we're gonna have more. God willing, every year we're gonna add more and more to that list. But we also have to make sure that we remember that in this idea of school transformation and district transformation, we have to include the students authentically in a real way, right? So the more we can do that, I really am convinced the faster we're gonna be able to really transform our district. So all of this work is really about centering students and supporting the people who are adjacent to them. And those people, of course, are families and, of course, the staff, right? Especially our educators who work with them on a daily basis. So I'm going to stop there. I feel like I've been talking really fast, but I wanted to give you all time, and I want to give you your time back too, because I know you have a tough agenda. I can answer a few questions if you have it.
Thank you so much. This is a blessing that you are doing. I heard about the membership. I'm still doing the same work. I'm doing the same services. So thank you for clarifying that. So what is the goal? Like how many students do you have in this semester?
So it depends on what you're talking about. I'm trying to target every student, which is absolutely unrealistic for me to target 20,000 students. So what I'm trying to do is find build some capacity. So one of the things with respect that's really important is what those students are doing is they're creating basically an implementation plan, and they have to involve the rest of the students in the school. So for example, if you're focusing on drug prevention, what are the steps that you're going to take to bring in the students in your school? Are you going to do town meetings? Are you going to do campaigns? Are you going to do some lunch money activities? Like, what are some of the things you're going to do to get the rest of your classmates involved in that work? You're the catalyst, and you guys are like the catalyst that's going to make it happen. But how are you going to bring other folks in? How are you going to bring your school administration? How are you going to bring your teachers? So that's really the work, and that's how you build capacity. So that nucleus of students will go back to their school, and right now they're working with their adult support to put together that plan, an action plan on how they're going to bring other folks in. And then the accountability is when they come back in February, they have to report out. Here's how many activities or programs we put out. Here's how many students and faculty that we actually engaged. Here's some of the results. Here's the feedback. They're doing surveys. Bring us the survey information. Make sure you have your chart paper ready, because you're going to have to stand up and share with the rest of the room where you're holding yourself accountable to your work. That's the master plan. There's only 3 people in my department, so you have to be a little strategic. Yes.
My next, I was gonna ask the question, what support or resources do you need from the board or from, like, I work in the hospital, so I know that the work of a team, it's not like just one, but any way, you know, we can help you or support you or, you know, be part of those meetings where you, I don't know, just.
We have the Equity Advisory Council. We meet every other month. That would be a great place to connect with other folks. I can always use more money and more people. And I'm always looking for more money and more people. Probably more people before more money. Because if you have more people, you tend to, you know, like you said, teamwork is important. But at the end of the day, no matter what, we're going to keep focusing on the goals and purpose of our department to make things happen. So, in fact, to adjust a little bit, like the first 2 years, I had a staff of 5. Now I'm down to a staff of 2.5. But we make it work. That we figure out, kind of makes you prioritize what's really important and what isn't focus. And so these are the things I shared with you today, are the things that we know we can do and accomplish. We used to do a lot more professional development for teachers, but I had a lot more money and a lot more people. So we've had to scale that back a little bit. But I also look at professional development very differently. For example, the equity conference, when we have teachers who actually sign up to facilitate sessions, that's professional development. When you have teachers signing up to come and attend the conference, that's professional development. So we're trying to do it in a different way. And I think people appreciate that because to be honest with you, we're asking a lot of folks to do a lot more with a lot less. People want their evenings and their evenings are booked after school, there's always something happening. So a Saturday is a nice way for people to come in fresh, give them some good food, junk food, some good breakfast, and some good opportunities to learn, especially learning from their peers. There's nothing better than going to a session that's being run by somebody who knows your pain, as opposed to bringing somebody from, Timbuktu who's coming in flying and leave. So I think that's a really good way for us to also build capacity for our teachers as well.
Just another comment there. And according to the youth program, at the Refugee Dream Center, and I would learn about the 6 project. So sometimes my mind will go crazy when I don't have a handful of interns. So I agree with some of the suggestions that you were talking about. I think that you would benefit from recognition where you include some of your stuff. At the end of the day, the goal should be to try to target as many of the students that we can so they can succeed in these services. But again, there is something that we can work on when we do the checking with the districts. Do we have any questions or
What I will do though, I will send an invite out when we're doing things. I'll send an invite out to Sandy. She can send it out to the whole group so that you're welcome to come and attend, especially the Equity Advisory Council. I don't take attendance or anything. I do kind of look at numbers, et cetera, but I want that to be kind of a fluid space for folks. I know people don't have time all the time from 4:30 to 6 o'clock, but if you have the schedule and you're able to show up, it would be really cool because that's where a lot of work happens. A lot of the policies that we were able to develop over the last couple of years came from the feedback we got from that council. And when we're developing policies, we actually share the drafts with them, and we give them an opportunity to actually provide feedback. Feedback has been tremendous, and we have some students who are still with us. They've been with us now for 3 years, and they show up. So we kept it at 4:30 on purpose because we want students who get out of school to be able to come to the meeting. Make it any later is kind of tough for them. So 4:30 is kind of hard for adults, and they get it as well. But we try to have a happy medium. But you're absolutely welcome to attend those meetings as well. And I'm sure Sarah gets the schedule.
And just another comment as well. For any, policy we got to have students, and again, we're going to be working together, so I want to disconnect to you as well. With that, do we have any questions from anybody? All right, thank you so much, Dr. Omo. We appreciate you. I'm gonna go to line 5 announcement. Again, I want to welcome everybody to the Health Awareness Committee, and thank you guys for joining. And trying to help our students, especially on prioritizing our students' mental health. And I see new faces. See if you can just go around, introduce yourself, the work that you do, and
Start from myself.
Yeah.
I'm Jenny Magalo. I'm served at the school board my first year, full-time job. I work at the Children's Emergency Room as a CNA for 14 years, and I do a lot of things in the community too. Welcome.
Thank you for your service. My name is Nicole Odley. I'm the Chief of Opportunity and Access. And I've been serving Providence, I can't believe it. I got here from Georgia in 2000, and I'm still here. It's good to meet all of you. Many more, yes.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kendra Hillier. I'm the Director of Nursing Services for Providence Schools.
Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Lewis. I'm a registered dietitian.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Brett Nato. I'm your resident district manager for Sodexo for the food services here at Providence.
Hi everyone, I'm Robert Rustico. I'm also with the Sodexo team. I'm the culinary director for Providence Public Schools.
Tyrell Stevens, president of Providence School Board.
I'm Angel Lopez. I'm a resident, Providence School alum, and unofficial advocate for Providence.
Hi everyone, Kendra Kapuli. I am the Community Prevention Coordinator at Day One, which is the Sexual Violence Coalition of Rhode Island.
I'm Mark Brody, been practicing medicine in Rhode Island since 1991. I now stopped practicing medicine. I'm doing mostly public health, and I'm here representing the World Council for Health. I'm the director of the New England chapter, and I'm hoping to make maybe a 5-minute presentation about what we do, because I think we have some services that might be of interest to the committee in terms of furthering health in the community.
Martha D. Melendez, manager to the superintendent of Providence School Board. Ella Mendoza is a member, and this is my first year. I'm so glad to be here to share with nice people that brings a lot of nice things to the table. And thank you very much for being here tonight.
Bobby Muccio, I am the Director of Health and Phys Ed for Providence. Previously, I've served as a teacher, coach, assistant principal. This is, I think, my 33rd year. I'm right with you. Yeah. So, welcome, thank you.
My name is Nigel, school board members, and I'm the youth coordinator at the Wilfishy Dream Center. Mark, just a quick question. So, I know you guys just talked about presentation. If we can make a little bit after, so we can, get my information and say, to make sure that in the next meeting, that we have some people here to present the agenda.
We're going to present next time.
Yeah, because, this is already approved and we send it to the states.
Okay. I just leave my information. When is our next meeting?
We haven't confirmed yet. Also, I write my number.
That's my card.
Okay, great. I'm gonna. Thank you. I'm gonna reach out.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Before we move in, everybody had the opportunity to sign in the Google form.
So in your packet, there's a form if you would like to join one of the committees, one of the subcommittees. In fact, I will pass this around. If you want to just rename, if you would like to join one of the committees.
So this is just the sign.
Yeah, this is just a sign, and this is the subcommittee, but then this will have your email and everything else, so we can.
So why don't we just turn this into you, Bob?
Yeah, at the end of the meeting.
Very good.
Just bring it up to me.
Just like, under the Health and Awareness Committee, we have a key subcommittee on the health relationships working group, and we work on to improve the students' health, deliver example is sexual health education and the way raise awareness and understanding about inclusivity, positive and violence-free relationship, and safe and supportive environment for all of our students. And also we have the nutrition subcommittee, nutrition and physical activity subcommittee, and we work on the school nutrition schools main opportunity for physical activity and nutrition education in and out of schools. So the schools can be healthier in the way so that our students can be healthier and also ready to learn. And also the other subcommittee that we have is social and emotional learning. This working group is dedicated to support the development and sustainment of social and emotional health and well-being of Providence Public Schools, students and family. I'm gonna be working with Mireya and Jenny on this, but as for now, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna appoint Jenny for the healthy relationship working group, and also Mireya as the co-lead for the
I do. So I spoke to Shannon Gormley, who really has been at the forefront of this whole process out of Central. And well, last year, as you know, a lot of those students had graduated, and she's in the process of building that group again. And then, just like last year, we'll have it's kind of like weekly meetings we had with her and the students to get it growing. So I did speak to her this week. She was unable to be here today. So it's still right in the planning process. And it's a big undertaking, as you know. But they do a great job with the kids from all different schools. And it gets better every year.
When we did the equity conference, it was cool because the equity conference came before the health and wellness fair, and a lot of those students also ran some of the sessions, and they actually helped. Some of them were respect students, so it was really nice to have that type of conference. Because at first we thought maybe we should merge them, but they're very different. The conference is conference style, the work sessions, etc. But the health and wellness fair, I think it's a different. It's a different type of program that I think is very much needed. I think they both complement each other. So I think that it'll be really cool to have, and the fact that you have a teacher as a nucleus that's kind of pushing it makes it really, really special. Because when you get teachers involved, it always makes it really cool, and other people want to get involved too. So I think it's been very successful over the last 2 years, and I'm looking forward to it. If there's anything I can do to help support, I usually am sitting at the entrance signing people in. If there's anything else I can do, definitely volunteer. It's very much worth it.
So Ms. Fuller, I think last year, the student was able to exchange, visit a table, and they were able to give you more information. It was really cool. It was my first year, and I took my twins with me, and they're like, Mommy, we should do it again. Like, we're coming next year.
Yeah. A lot of people. A lot of resources too.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And Dr. Lee, if you can work with us this year here, and also once you finish sharing, once they the students she finance actually the group of students that we'll be working with, and I would love for Ray and Jenny for us to go actually there and talk to those students and to see because it's a lot of work. It's I used to see the messages at 7 a.m. And it was like every week, and the students and teachers. So it's a lot of work, and I want to go so once we have the group of students, and we're gonna go visit central high schools, and also Dr. Enya, if you can help us also. One of the things that I'm always thinking, last year we had students that were actually coming to the health awareness meeting, and that's what I want to do again this year. I know you have a conversation with some of the young people and I want them to have a conversation to be part of the decisions and all recommendation that we can make here. So yeah, so we're gonna be working on that. And do anybody have any questions?
So I would say that she is building her team right now. It'll be good. Like, I see Sodexo over here, and they were great help last year. Like, we need this, it's coming, and they have so many vendors involved that having to go about.
And I think also consolidating materials, for example, for the equity conference, I was buying T-shirts and bags, and then you guys even bags and T-shirts. So maybe we can think about how to also coordinate so that we can get a better price. And March might be a little bit early, but maybe not for May, because you might do it in May still. You think? That's what you think.
We have actually.
Well, April, I think she's on the craft students.
So we can talk, so we can kind of plan and we can try to find it. I have a really good vendor that I got from the US, actually. So maybe he'll give us a better deal because that's more, that's more of an order. T-shirts, bags, etc. And whatever else we need. Maybe same thing with Sodexo, maybe we can figure out a way to pull our resources.
All right, with that, any questions, we're gonna move into awareness policy revisions. Do anybody have this package? What I'm gonna do is we're gonna break it into two groups.
I thought that based on these subcommittees, that's what's really going to be starting to drive the revisions to the wellness policy. So if I'm on the nutrition and physical activity, that will be the lens I'll be looking through related to the wellness policy. So I think it's when the groups stop meeting, that's where we're going to start getting the revisions to the
So
actual
today we only
policy.
give information on that's the beginning of that.
Yeah, and that's why in your packet you have the wellness policy. Yeah, so I'm sure we're going to get out the meeting dates, and when we have this, the email, let other people joining to start, because I think one of the goals this year is to, through the committees that we kind of had a late start last year, through the committees, start updating the policies related to the committee that you're on.
Okay. So I'm trying to understand. So right now we're getting everybody involved with information to be a role and to fulfill subcommittee that we have. So so you want them to have this conversation on those subcommittees?
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
the committee had passed that out
was so everybody could start taking a look at what's on the wellness policy and start thinking as to how it can be changed. And then with the other committees getting together and starting their meetings as well, you guys can all come up with your ideas, and then you can change the wellness policy to the way you see fit that it should run for the health and wellness committee.
This is how it is right now.
Right, because she passed it out, so everybody can start taking a look at what it is. And I mean, you can start writing down your ideas.
Next meeting, we share all the ideas and put it together.
So I'm assuming that committee meetings will be in November. And then this meeting meets again in December, is that what?
Every other month.
Okay, so we meet again in December.
December.
Yeah, so maybe next month then it's gonna be.
Right, so next month, hopefully they can start one of the committee meetings, right? And that committee can start looking at this and start writing their ideas as well. And that way, when the next meeting here, then they can start sharing.
So it'll be an ongoing process.
Yeah. And then what's your goal date to have it completed and sent to board?
Oh, that's what you mentioned, I guess.
Well, I mean, after today, like, everybody will complete signing the Google form by next month, November, probably before the end of the year. You know, so in, I don't know if we're gonna meet in December yet, I'm gonna meet with Jimmy and the sort of where to see when we can meet in December, so we can actually finalize and make recommendation to the board. But in the meantime, this subcommittee will meet, review the policy and in advance, write the notes, and we're gonna meet again as a full committee, and we finalize the recommendation and send it to the board. You know, then January, the board will. Yeah, great. Okay, please make sure you're signing the Google form and sign up for the three subcommittee that we have. Yeah, so does anybody have any other questions?
I want to make a comment.
Yes.
So it's back, so I was one of those parents who were in another district and the girls did not like this lunch, and I used to buy food every day for the past 4 years. But now that I'm in classical, they love lunch, so I'm a happy mom. I'm a happy because I don't mind packet every day, and they love it. They said that I had the best burger this afternoon. They were like, pleasing your food, so kudos to you. Less stress for me.
Thank you. That's a nice compliment.
Yes.
They go past that line.
Yes, let them know, yes, let them know that, they're happy.
Happy kids, oh my.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to, they're gonna learn.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, that's awesome, thank you.
One thing I love about civic, so it's, you know, they actually listen to the concern about the communities, and also football as well. I remember me and school board president Stevens, and the students at Central, they had some concern. It's all about 4 years ago, and they had concern about the food and meal plans. And you know, we contacted Citizen XO, and they came. We had a meeting with us and the students as well. And also, yeah, we also do meet with the parents advisory councils, with students, and you know, understanding the suggestions and how you guys are working with them. So, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. You have any comments, suggestions?
I give my comments to the news because I've been in the period of studying in there. Everybody was excited, the kids was excited, the food was delicious, and they did good, and amazing persons. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So the next line items to adjourn the meeting. Is there like a motion to adjourn?
Yes, I second.
Is it a second? Second from Maria. Meeting adjourned. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you.
I'll collect your Google form, I'll come around.
Yeah, please, make sure you sign.
Oh, thanks,
I know, I'm just saying. Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
How you doing, sir?
What's that?